You know, obviously I could be a little more careful. But you get the idea. It does some damage. Let's Good day to you all. So today I'm going to be telling you about minecarts, guns, zoom through some special biomes very quickly on my minecart, tell you how to get the arms dealer, and of course, as you're beginning to get bored of all that, I will go straight to hell, as you may wish, to see me go. So I've extended this minecart track all the way to the very edge of the dungeon. Which is as far as I can go right now. I haven't been in the dungeon yet. I don't have the pickaxe to mine through it. So it's right to the edge, and let's just zoom through some. Oh, how do I do that? Okay, let's just zoom through some of this. Now, first, let me tell you. To create minecart track, you will need 1 wood and 1 iron or lead bar. That will create 50 track pieces at your anvil. You can just, if I jump off my minecart here, you can just right-click on the minecart track to get a basic minecart. This one will go in game speed 51 miles per hour. You can also craft a minecart for 10 wood and 15 iron or lead, which will go a little faster, 66 miles per hour. I don't see it worth it, but anyway, let's zoom off here. So this is the slower minecart. But most of this here is going through the basic underground where you're going to find your zombie miners and stuff. You may have seen the little spider biome near the dungeons there. That's a little spider lair. So a lot of this track was actually, you can see it's kind of bumpy. It was generated by the game, and I just went through different sections. So here we're in the snow biome, into a marble biome where you might see some medusas or dead gladiators, zombie gladiators. This is a granite biome now, where you'll see some granite elementals, and we're back into the snow biome. Both of those, the granite and the marble, happen to be in the middle of the snow biome. So we're just zooming along here. I got my sword going, but you can see kill people with the minecart. Perfect timing. There's a little mushroom biome up to the right there. That was. Now we're in the desert biome. Mushroom biome, you'll find some special materials and stuff. Desert, you'll actually some other special stuff, which I'm going to show you a little later too. The purple there was the edge of the corruption. Again, bumpy stuff, not my build, but I mined through some sections. We're in the jungle now, mined right through a mahogany tree there. That orange is the jungle temple. Oh, didn't quite kill that hornet, but there's the big dip down. I'll show you that in a second. Back through, there's a little more marble. And yeah, you'll find, oh, interesting. I got a Medusa in the jungle, I guess because I zoomed through some marble. Oh, and there we are. Now I'm at the other side of the world. And you can see for some reason they pointed this down towards a pond. This was a pre-built part. I didn't do that. So that's yeah, that's a very quick run through. As I was trying to say there, I dug through some little sections in between some of the automatically generated minecart tracks. Oh, and actually, I was going to show you this quickly. Let me hit the brakes and back up here a little. This was actually one of the auto-generated ones, but it happened to sort of conflict with what I had wanted to create here. So I'm actually going to build this back up as soon as these bats screw off. All right. I'm going to build this and join this back up just to show you something that you can do here as the hornet pelts me with some stingers. Not quite what I wanted to do. Oh. So you can use your pickaxe to correct your, in my case, many mistakes. So you can kind of join these together, and you can use a hammer to kind of hammer this section. Did I do it right? Did I do it right? Oh, there we go. See? You can hammer that together and create kind of an intersection, which you can use. You can kind of hammer that one way and then the other to actually switch direction between different sections. That's something I actually just finally checked out. There, we'll put a little torch at the end of that. Something I just checked out while I was making sure I knew what I was doing for this video. So you can see, and in those cases, what you'll need to do is just push the direction you want to go if you want to go to the one that's not the default. But you can see the one that goes straight through is the one that is the default. So if I just push forward, I'm going to go through there. Oh, this is a little problematic. Well, I don't want to show you the guns quite yet, so let's attack these with my yo-yo. Oh, that's not very good, is it? Well, I mean, it does a good amount of damage, but I'm not exactly fighting well. All right, whatever. I'll use a health potion. I got plenty of stuff. There we go. Okay, so I'm at the bottom. Let's go to hell. So, yeah, we've got some lava here. Now, I happen to have a little lava charm here, which gives me a little bit of immunity. You're going to need something before you head down to hell to protect you from the lava. I also have a thing that protects from fall damage, of course. So I can kind of just go ahead and dare and go down here and be an idiot. I don't really recommend that you do it this way. But here we are. We're now approaching the edge of hell. I'm kind of getting beat up a bit. Quite a bit, really. But here we are. I made it. Fighting demons and whatnot. The thing is that there's actually not much reason for me to come down here yet, because the main reason to come all the way down to hell is to get the hell stone, which I think is this stuff burning down here that you can kind of see. But I can't actually mine it. There's actually a ton of hellstone down here. I don't know if that's always the case. I think it must be, because it seems I was looking at the map thing in the last thing, and the last little episode I did here, and it was showing hellstone everywhere, all through the whole layer of hell. So, but the thing is, you need either a demonite or crimtane pickaxe to actually mine the stuff. So that's a bit of an issue. Now, before I get killed, maybe I should go ahead and warp back to the surface. I mean, obviously I can survive down there. I just got a lava charm, which is enough. You'll see little flames come up. If you've got only a certain amount of immunity, it'll kind of count down just like when you're underwater. So obviously I wasn't in any serious danger quite yet as far as the lava, although, you know, that guy flying around was giving me a little hurt. Now, you'll see here, as I was explaining in the last thing as well, but not in-game, I created some more little housing. Again, this was just like a layer of dirt floating, so it was a really convenient place to kind of put little cells of housing throughout here. What you're going to need to get the arms dealer is your first gun, and my first gun personally was a flare gun. I think I left some in a chest here somewhere. Actually, I'm going to grab some of my money out, and I'm going to convert some of my copper into silver, which you can do, by the way. And then you can, in turn, you can convert 100 copper coins into a silver coin, 100 silver coins into a gold coin. So that's where I've been getting some of my money. So let's go visit the arms dealer. But my first gun was a flare gun. I'm not even sure if that counts. But basically, you have to have some housing ready. So always have like one extra housing unit more than you need for your actual NPCs that you currently have, because when you satisfy certain conditions, of course, you're going to have another one of these NPCs show up. So you can see here, he's just selling me really basic stuff so far: musket balls, flintlock pistols, and mini shark. You have to have some sort of gun before he'll show up. So you'll need to find one somewhere, essentially. Or very unlikely for you to craft one on your own before you actually find one. I was just going through different chests. I found like, I think, 3 or 4 flare guns. They're in here somewhere. And then I started in the jungle biome. As I got deeper down and stuff, I started to find like shotguns. So yeah, here we go. I've got 4 flare guns. So my arms dealer actually didn't show up until quite recently, because I hadn't created these housings spots. So, and I kind of relocated some of my other NPCs that were wandering around down here. And then I found like this frenzying boomstick and this strong boomstick. So let me show you that. Boom, boom, boom. And somehow these boomsticks, which are, well, there's an actual shotgun as well, but these use musket balls somehow. So whatever. Eventually, though, I was able to craft a sand gun. This is probably the most powerful gun you're going to easily get early on. Now, one thing you'll notice, it's also messy. So when I fire that, it does actually drop sand, and it actually uses different types of sand as ammunition. So keep that in mind. But it's a relatively powerful gun, actually, and I was able to craft that through the arms dealer. Will sell you illegal gun parts at night. So just wait until night. It's going to cost you 20 gold. And only under the cover of night will he clandestinely sell you some illegal gun parts. So for the Sandgun in particular, the illegal gun parts will be used to craft various guns actually, but yeah, for the Sandgun in particular, you're going to need the illegal gun parts, of course, 5 topaz, which of course you can mine. I've got a ton of topaz, and 10 antlion mandibles, and you're going to craft that at your furnace. As I say, this is actually a pretty strong gun for early on. Let me go find something to kill. But yeah, the only thing is the sand is actually affected by gravity, so you can see it kind of falls eventually. And it gets messy. It's actually banned from a lot of online servers. So you'll want to be, playing like your own game or single player or whatever. Or, if you're on a server that's lenient about it. But I think because it creates such a mess, you could, clog a whole area with sand using the sand gun. That's why they sort of ban that on a lot of online servers. But it's like something like 30 damage, so this awesome sword I've been using forever does 23 melee damage, and of course you have to be up close and stuff to do that. If I could hit the broadside of a barn. There we go, one shot, killed a bat. Not that a bat's a big deal, but you get the idea. Let's kill some of these guys. Obviously I could be a little more careful. But you get the idea. It does some damage. Let's boom. Yeah, I think the sand is consumed if you actually hit something, so there's that. But if you don't, then you can mine it back again when you're done. So there's that. It's one of the more serious guns early on. Let's boom. See, takes out those underground zombies and various other things pretty easily. So yeah, there was on the wiki I was reading all the different guns. I'm going to post the list as a link on this video. It's can be quite helpful for some of the bosses that fly around and that kind of stuff. So I'll probably end up using my Sandgun in some upcoming boss fight for you. But I'll post the link to the list of guns, which will show you, the different relative damage and that kind of stuff. That's on a wiki. And that's where I was reading about the Sandgun, and I'm like, well, that seems pretty easy to get. Actually, it said on the wiki, it's like, oh, it's really tedious to get. You have to, get all these antlion mandibles. That's really hard, but I actually had like 30 just sitting in chests that I had just, because I'd gone to the desert biome and you get them like for killing almost anything there, so I don't see it as tedious at all personally, and it's a pretty powerful gun, so I'll be using that a lot. You can get some other cool stuff later as well. You can, but I'll maybe show you that when I get there. Once you get the meteor stuff, then you can create a couple of kind of cool guns out of that. So I may or may not show you that even in the next episode or the one after that, because I'm going to be finally going to the corruption and fighting the Eater of Worlds, which you do need to fight at a certain point. Yeah, so you can find guns in chests. You can get the musket or the Undertaker, are apparently the first guns that a lot of people get, and that depends on whether you have the corruption or the crimson, but you'll find those in chests, or sorry, not in chests. For destroying shadow orbs in the corruption, you'll get the musket sometimes, and so a lot of people, that's their first one. Let's go visit the mushroom biome while we're running by here. So for a lot of people, that's their first gun, or if you've got the crimson, then it's the Undertaker that you get for destroying the pulsating hearts. So yeah, you can see these glowing mushrooms. These are important for some of your potions, and this is where you get them, in the mushroom biome. Sometimes you'll see little mushroom dudes running around too. It's pretty cool. And there's these, little houses, of course, everywhere. But the mushroom ones have some different stuff and all that sort of stuff. So let's go ahead and let's see, what haven't I talked about yet. Yeah, so for your shadow orbs and pulsating hearts, you'll need a hammer to destroy those. I'll probably show you that soon. And I'm going to fight the Eater of Worlds, and I might also fight the Brain of Cthulhu, which is the Crimson equivalent. Yeah, so what I was talking about as far as getting the Sandgun, you're in the desert biome, kill some of these guys, and let's see, did I get one? No, but you often do. Most of these kind of, see, this is an antlion charger, this is an antlion swarmer. So you get antlion mandibles a lot of the time for killing these guys because they're antlion type enemies. And that can help to get you your Sandgun. Which is, you know, you can see my sword is great and all, but killing these guys from a distance with some sand that you might have laying around is pretty cool too. So I've covered a lot of that stuff. You can light people on fire with the flare gun a little bit, but you know it's not the most effective weapon. So take a look at the wiki for some details on better guns. And actually, I think I covered pretty well anything. So let's leave it there. I think you got the idea on the minecart ride through and the ideas on the basic guns and stuff. And well, hope you like the video. It's pretty basic stuff, but you know, stuff you need to know and stuff you might not figure out on your own. So hope you like the video. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see, and I will stop droning on now. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.